Today I'd like to tie for you a saltwater bait fish. The materials I'm going to be using, Deer Creek fish heads, and these are nice photorealistic fish heads. They are like a gel rubber, and I'm going to be using these blue ones. I'm going to tie a blue bait fish. The hook I have in the vise is a 2/0 stainless steel hook. I'm going to bring this in closer for you. And we're going to start out. I'm going to put lead tape on it. And I'm going to wrap the lead tape to the front. Yeah, when I reach that front, I don't want any more there. I'm just going to trim that off and fold that down. I'm going to take another piece of the lead tape and I'm going to put that on, but I'm going to bring it in a little further so we can make a tapered body here. And I'm going to trim this off. Trim that at a nice angle there. That's going to help us get the tapered body. And I'm going to put one more piece on. And I'm going to put that one just in the middle. Just about 2 wraps, and trim that off. The thread I'm going to use, I'm using clear mono thread. Going to attach the thread behind the eye, and I'm going to wrap down this lead tape, and you'll see that the tape will get squashed by this even more. So I'm going to put more pressure towards the outsides where I want it tapered more. And bring that back up forward. And I'm going to trim off the excess. I'm going to start with the body, and I have a pearl diamond braid. I'm going to tie that in right at the front. And I'm going to wrap that back and then forward. If you roll this diamond braid, it actually comes out flat. But it goes on nice and get a nice tapered body. And I'm going to bring it back forward. And now I'm palmering it forward. And this will just help reflect the light a little better. For the wings, I'm going to start off using white bucktail. We're going to take the white bucktail and we're going to use that to measure out our bait fish. So that's pretty nice length there. That's about 3 inches. Trim off a little of that front. And I'm going to tie that down. Now for the overwing, I'm going to use Gliss-N-Glint Fiber Plus. And here it is. And I'm not going to take a whole lot of this. Just going to grab some and I'm going to pull the entire clump that I grab. I'm going to pull it all out. I want this to be just the length of the deer tail. If you have any loose fibers, you could pick them up and grab them back into your pile. Secure that with a few turns. And I'm going to pull it because it's not quite the length I need it. There we go. I can just trim off the very ends. I'm going to take that piece that was towards the front and I'm going to fold it back over. Wrap it right to the eye of the hook first. And then I'm going to fold it back over. I'm using the clear monofilament thread because when you varnish the head, you'll be able to see right through the head. And I'm going to trim that a little bit more at an angle. And now I'm going to use olive Gliss-N-Glint Fiber Plus. And I'm going to lay this on top, and I want this just a bit longer than the first. When you pull it out, it comes out to be tapered at the end. There's a couple of real long ones. I'm just going to trim them off. Now I'm going to trim this off completely because I don't want that much. I'm going to wrap this down. And I'm going to put a little bit of head cement on that. Now I'm going to take my fine yaki hair in blue. I'm going to hold it up, and you can see these are pretty much together. I'm going to just pull them to get them to be offset. You could pull the bottom. You just don't want to have them flat, straight. Take off any wild ones there. And I want to lay these right on top. Even kind of smush them around at the head there a little bit. And I'm going to tie this down. First I'm going to trim this off. Give that a bit of a taper there. So make a good size pike fly. Good bait fish. Stripers. And I'm going to wrap that head well. And you can see you could see through the mono thread. Now I'm going to turn it over. And I have some red yaki hair. And I'm going to put that underneath. We only want that short, maybe to the point. And kind of bring that around the entire bottom. You can see it's fanned out here. And I'm going to trim that away. And you want to trim it like I did here so that when you put the lacquer on it, it's going to be, you're going to see through it. And we're going to give that a few wraps to get it down and bring the thread up by the nose. Turn that back over. Now I'm going to take my fish head and these are sticky. I'm going to put that nose right to the front. I'm going to squeeze that on there. Then I'm going to take the one for this side. And I'm going to put that nose right to the front. And squeeze them both. Squeeze them in the back here. And now I'm going to wrap at the head. And I'm going to come back on these and pulling them down with the thread isn't going to be a problem, because that's going to be, you're going to be able to see right through that. You know, I'm going to give it a whip finish. I'm going to take the Deer Creek Diamond Hard. And I'm going to apply some to the threads. Don't squeeze it, just let it come out on its own. And I'm going to put a thin layer right over the threads. You don't have to go up the... There we go. You got to drop rolling. I'm going to let it... Oop, there it goes. And I'm going to hit it with the UV light. Nice, clear, it's tack free, very nice stuff. And here we have a blue and white saltwater baitfish. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, I thank you very much for watching my videos.